Bonerick team video. Today we're gonna take a look at some battles here by Hydrazilla with the new move on the Florges, which is going to be the Fairy Wind, something that you really don't see that often. I haven't seen a single one use this Pokemon yet, actually. Maybe I missed it on YouTube, but yeah, we have a very spicy team here around this Pokemon with the Hydreigon and also the Golisopod. Very interesting team here. They said I should also give them a lot of criticism and feedback, and this is basically how my shoutcasting series goes anyway. If you're new to the channel, of course leave a like and subscribe, but also we usually try to analyze gameplay and see what's wrong or like where you can help and where you can improve, and also take a look at the team. Taking a look at the team, this team definitely is a little bit tough. Main reason for this is you have a lead that completely gets hardwalled by any kind of steel type, and you have nothing really in the bag for steel types. Golisopod of course has a neutral move here as a fast move with the waterfall, but doesn't really have anything to hit it with as charge moves, while the Hydreigon in the bag only has the brutal swing, which is a community day move, which can help there, but it's a little bit tough. But yeah, let's take a look at this Pokemon here real quick. We see a match up against Venusaur on the lead. A little bit tricky with this team. Definitely, you need something else for the team. Something that would help would be here, as it's the Open Ultra League, a Galarian Stunfisk in the back, for example, I would say. And then you need a solid Say Swap. Could be something like a Snorlax, for example, which has access to Superpower. And then you have a team that's actually pretty decent. Of course, I mean, Galarian Stunfisk are, at least right now while I'm talking, like commentating this video, are spawning in the wild, and most likely when you see it, not anymore. But I think it's something that's achievable. Otherwise, you can also use something like the Swampert here against us. Swampert would also be pretty decent for the Florges, as you're going to be able to beat something like the Nidoqueen or other steel types with it, which would be very nice for you. So yeah, you're going to be able to farm down this Swampert with your Hydreigon, which is going to be pretty nice. But they actually go for one Earthquake. You don't cheat this, but now you can farm down with the Florges. You will be able to survive this move. Going to be a Hydrokin, and we see an Metagross in the back, and you forfeit. Yeah, there was nothing you can do there anymore. Counting boost to get to it is a little bit tricky. I actually think that this trainer as well is stuck at rank 20. I didn't know about this actually for like ages, but Ace rank is not the rank that you get after rank 20. You only get it if you hit like 2000 MMR, which I didn't know really. So yeah, here we see that they're most likely below 2000 MNR. Also, definitely try to learn a little bit about typings, because the bug typing is not very effective against the fairy typing, and scissor against steel types are pretty horrible for this team. Very funny though to see Palkia against you. Palkia has access to Awkward Tail, the Fire Blast, and the Draco Meteor. It's most likely going to be an Awkward Tail, and you're going to be able to survive it pretty easily. What is cool to see here is how fast you can get to the Disarming Voice with the new fast move. It's basically, I think, the same as you would take over the Galarian Stunfisk to get to a Rock Slide, which is pretty damn nice. Well, you're going to let this move go through, you can farm it down, which is a nice play, but now you have to at least get to 2 Brutal Swings here, which is going to be tough one. It actually does so much damage. I actually didn't expect that Brutal Swing does that much damage against a Scissor. It's going to be an easy KO now, and this is going to be a good game. We see now the next opponent here with the Florges against Cresselia. It should be a pretty neutral matchup, so you can stay in here and go for Disarming Voice, which is going to be neutral, and you're going to get to this move very faster. Disarming Voice is a foul play clone, so it does some pretty decent damage as well here. Of course, everything is neutral here. We see a Grass Knot coming through, which is interesting, as the Cresselia also has access to Moonblast, which would do more damage, or also the future side. We see that you can go for more Disarming Voice. You just stay in here, which is, I guess, fine. And now you're going to swap into the Golisopod, which, I mean, if you want to preserve the lead, it's okay as well. As you now can go for one X-Scissor. Good timing for this move, as this X-Scissor will be super effective, going to do enough damage to KO this thing, and you see you get out the Giratina. So good thing that you saved your fairy type in the lead. Definitely good for you here, as you'll throw an alignment and you can just let the move go through, which is also nice. They can farm you down now, but it's pretty okay. You should have waited out a little bit longer there, because I think now you're locked into the Florges. Oh no, actually not. You can actually swap out already. speeded up games, it's always a little bit difficult to track the time, but now you can shield up. You see a Swampert coming in, which is a pretty neutral matchup, but again, if you saw the matchup before, while you're flying in the air, you can still get hit by an Earthquake pretty hard, but they're going to let this move go through, which means you should shield this move up, but it's actually a Hydro Cannon bait, which is good for you. And they don't throw another move, which is also good for you. And you can go for one Brutal Thring here, which is going to do enough damage to KO the opponent. If they would let it go, they don't let it go. They're going to shield up, but you have a Disarming Voice stored already. You win CMP and you win the game. Good game there. Good thing that you saved your Florges, definitely. As we go into the next one here, we see that the next opponent going to have... a very cool outfit, to be honest. An Obstagoon lead. A very good lead for you. I don't know if the opponent swaps out. They swap out into Warrain. Golisopod would be an answer for Warrain if you would have Fury Cutter like this. I'm pretty sure you lose this matchup, even though their moves are all resisted. Warrain has just a way better stat product and way better moves compared to your Golisopod. So as you can see here, you're already a little bit lower, but I'm not sure actually if you can still win this. Of course, Waterfall is resisted, and they go for another move. Is this an Icicle Spear? It is an Earthquake again, so you're going to get lower. They can just shield and farm you down at this point of time, or they just throw and realign. At least you're going to get the Warrain now pretty low, which is nice for your Pokemon in the back. You mostly could have farmed up a little bit more, to be honest, because they just threw the move, and you see an XL Victory Bell against you. That's kinda ridiculous, to be honest. I've never seen this in my life, and that's kinda crazy, to be honest. But you can go ahead, go for one Flash Cannon, force the shield from the opponent here. Or do they want to let this go? No, they want to shield it, which is good for you, actually. You have to get rid of shields at this point of time. But it's actually a crazy idea to get Obstagoon in the lead and then have the Victory Bell in the back. I actually like the idea by the opponent here, because now the Victory Bell will just go through this. Good that you bait here, because you kinda have to, but it didn't really help you either, because now you can go for one Psychic. Do they let this move go through? No, they don't. Kinda unfortunate. I like the bait. I think it was maybe a little bit thrown too early, because they might have expected that you try to hit the Obstagoon with this move, but yeah. We see the next opponent having a very good lead for you, going to be the Giratina, as you can go for Disarming Voices here. They don't really have anything to threaten to you, especially if they run the Dragon Breath like here. You're going to be able to two-shot it. Definitely crazy fast how you get to the moves now with the new move. It's very good. Of course, you still had before the Wine Whip, which was pretty nice as well, but here you can just go ahead, go for Disarming Voice, KO this Giratina, and we see a Heat Train coming in. That's kinda spicy. Like, I haven't really seen anything like this before. We see that they go, you perfectly catch a move here, which is going to be the Iron Head, sadly. Not going to be a Flamethrower into your Hydreigon. At least you didn't go into the water type of yours, because it's going to be very good for the end game, as you can now perfectly align those Pokemon. You have a waterfall version against you, which is nice as well. It's going to be a Surf. It doesn't KO you yet, and you will not be able to get to another move, sadly. Here, you should have went for one more fast move before, but I think, yeah, okay, they didn't go for their fast move anyway, but if you have a 3-turn fast move against you, you have a 2-turn fast move, and you know that they don't get to another move anyway. Just go for one extra fast move before you're throwing a charge move, because otherwise you just give them 3 free turns. Now you can only give them 2 free turns. Now you can perfectly farm on the Heat Train, which is nice, and you can also just farm on the Milotic. Actually, I don't know if you have to throw the charge moves here. Yeah, exactly, just farm them down and win the game. Next opponent we're going to see here, going to have Florges against Cresselia. Florges against Cresselia going to be also, again, the matchup that we had before already. Should be pretty neutral. It should be a little bit on the favor, I think, for the Cresselia, because Cresselia is just super bulky. But we have to see, of course, now you generate energy faster. They go for the Moonblast this time around. Doesn't two-shot you. Actually, I thought it would do more damage, but it's fine. As you can now go into your Golisopod, going to be able to take those Moonblasts pretty easily. And you actually get out the Pokemon that you really want to get out with this Pokemon. Golisopod going to be able to resist everything from the Swampert, and also going to be able to do some pretty nice damage against it. So, not really sure why the opponent did this swap. Keeping the shields here would be very nice for you. You're going to keep those shields as well, because you could go into exactly the Hydreigon, try to get extra farm. You're only going to get hit by a Hydro Cannon now. good no shield here from you, as you can now get a lot of energy, which the Cresselia, if it comes back in, doesn't want to face. But we see a Togekiss. Can we hit this Flash Cannon here? This would be amazing, and you can, which actually gives you at least some play still against the incoming Cresselia. It's going to be a little bit of a tough one now to still win this, but maybe the Hydreigon can still do something in the back. Has only a few HP left, but the fast move of Cresselia is resisted. And you do some pretty decent damage with the disarming voice. Of course, you have to shield everything here now. Going to be more Moonblast. You can just go for more disarming voices here, as you can threaten the health of this Pokemon. Should be a very close match here, but I think you should put him into a range where you can just farm him down with the Hydreigon later, maybe. As you're going to shield this move up as well. Maybe you can even farm down with the Florges, to be honest. We have to see. You're going to go... you should have thrown the charge move there, to be honest. I mean, you would have won anyway, no matter what. Like, they had to throw there. You would be able to farm down there, but it was a little bit tough, to be honest. We see the next opponent having a pretty horrible lead for you with a Muk. You have to swap out here pretty much immediately. Staying in against a poison type is a little bit tricky. Of course, you get some extra damage into this Pokemon, but either stay in and wait until they throw the Acid Spray, or swap out immediately, and usually swap out immediately, please. Because, if you get Acid Sprayed like this, you have a pretty tough time against the Togekiss here. The opponent basically had such an easy play now by just staying in, go for one Acid Spray, and then farming you down. If you just either swap out immediately, you put them onto pressure immediately, or you just stay in for a little bit and wait until they throw the charge move. But this was a little bit tricky, as you see the Muk coming in. I wonder if it's another fairy type in the back, but it shouldn't be really, I think. Good no shield on the Acid Spray, but it's still going to be tough. You're going to be able to farm down. It's going to be a Swampert. This still might be possible to win. We have to see. One Brutal Swing comes through. We're going to get a shield. Another Brutal Swing comes through here. Should get maybe another shield. No, we're going to actually get some health from them, but I don't think... maybe actually... no, I don't think so. They should have enough energy now to get to 2 Hydro Cannons and KO your Florges. We have to see one more move coming through here. You still need one fast move. You lose the MP against it, and yeah, this is going to be a good game for the opponent. And not a lot that you can do there, but against the Muk in the beginning, definitely swap out immediately, to be honest. You have a fairy type against a poison type. It's usually not the best ideal scenario. We see a Lugia in the lead. That's very interesting. Here, move timing is not ideal again. If you have like something like this here, again, 3-turn move against your 2-turn move, it's usually the best to go for 7 fast moves, so you minimize the amount of free turns that the opponent gets. Nice psychic hit here on the XL Nidoqueen. You're going to be able to now go into a Golisopod and farm it all the way down, which allows you to get to do some moves against the Lugia as well. Letting this move go through is really nice of you as well, as this is going to allow you to go back into your Florges. You will be able to double resist the fast move, and you can go and threaten them with some disarming voices. You don't really get threatened too much by their charge move either. You can shield it, it's not a misplay or anything. But again, here they get a free fast move through because you throw immediately. Fast move timing is a lot of is like basically actually the thing that I see the most often in like lower ranks where people do some mistakes. And fast move timing is very important, to be honest, in Go Battle League. So that's something where I most likely have to do another like in general a tutorial towards this as well. Same with like IVs, but I have to find the time. I'm literally coming from a sickness right now, so yeah. We see here that the Greninja going to go down through some fast move, which is going to be nice. And now you have enough energy and enough damage output to KO this Lugia as well, as you can go for another disarming voice. And this was perfect fast move timing actually. So you can going to be able to KO this Pokemon and win the game. Next opponent going to be here the Jellicent. Jellicent going to be also a little bit tricky, I guess. Like before, you had a Windup, which was at least super effective against it. Your backline at least does want to face it. Like your Hydreigon is really good against it, so it's good that they swap out and you can go into your Golisopod. You stood still for a little bit. I don't think it was on your side. I think it was Go Battle Lag, but you can go ahead and you should go for Aerial Ace. It's resisted here. But I guess you're gonna get the shield anyway, which is nice. You kind of really want to realign, but you're going to let this move go through. It's going to be a Poison Fang again. And you cannot get to another move, but I think you couldn't farm down now with your Hydreigon, which would be pretty decent, but they go for another move. Letting the move go through here, like, this is something that you do pretty well, to be honest. letting the correct moves go through as the opponent locks himself into a dark type. There should be a power or foul play. I guess the shield was okay here. So you can go for one disarming voice trying to undercharge. You can go for another one now. You don't really have to undercharge here. You can just go for the KO, I think. As there you go back into that Jettison actually. Not sure if this was the right play. Again, you gave the opponent a free move there because you went for 3 of your fast moves, basically going to 6 turns in total. They were at 6 turns in total and just got a free fast move through. But you're going to be able to just farm everything down here, which is nice. And that's going to be it for this video as well. Thanks for sharing the battles. A lot definitely to learn there, especially fast move timing and also team building in general. Like, the team is really weak against steel type, sadly. But yeah. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.